Hello, everybody. I am the infamous, wise, and all-knowing Odysseus, and I have come to show you how myself, and I took down the evil, impending, and dim-witted Trojans. It's a story of love, tragedy, pathos, pity, despair.
Get on with the point already, oh my Zeus. Without further ado, the Trojan War in its final days, including the Odyssey. So, once upon a time...
No one starts with once upon a time. Okay, let me do this. So after about 9 3/4 years of grueling labor and fighting without a certain end, Agamemnon stomped his polished sandal into the dirt and took Briseis, a bride prize of Achilles. Now, obviously, Achilles was mad, so like anyone would do, he stomped his perfect olive oil skinned foot into the ground and drew back from the war, probably playing checkers with Patroclus or whatever to even it out with Agamemnon. Then, a string of events led to Achilles' precious boyfriend to get killed by Hector. And in return, Achilles ever so gracefully gave Hector a one-way ticket to the River of Styx.
Excuse us for a minute, viewer, as we have opted for Diomedes to tell the rest of the story, due to budget cuts with Odie.
Is this thing on, okay, so after Achilles had killed Hector, the Greeks, we started winning, but then the Amazonians came and rocked our battalion to the floor. Then Achilles, still mourning his boyfriend, KO'd all of them, including the most dangerous, Penthesilea. Odie barely had plot relevance during these parts, but we did steal the Palladium from Troy during our super spy mission that should warrant a movie. Then Paris killed Achilles, and now the Greeks are starting to lose again. Yippee. Then Odie accidentally killed Ajax, our second best man. We're really cooked. Then great Athena came down and was like, "Hey, Odie, horse, sacrifice Sidon just cause."
Wait, what?
And they did that and sacked Ilium. But Odie, what are you doing? Odie! I'm the main character in the Odyssey, dummies! Let me narrate!
But you
yap like a sandwich! Just trust me, okay? But the budget! With that nuthead out of the way, let me present the Odyssey, a book completely dedicated to me, the mastermind, mega brain genius of everything. So, after my Dumbo crew got into another fight with the Caecanes and had to leave quickly, we ran into the Lastrygonians, the Cyclops, Poseidon, that slowly chipped away at my crew. Finally, we reached the plentiful island of I don't know, where the bewitching Queen Kerke turned my crew into pigs. Luckily, Hermes helped me strike a D20 on Riz, and Kerke let go of my men and sent me on my way to the underworld, where I found Tiresias. He spoiled the next 10 years of my life, which was a little rude, but okay. Then Scylla gulped down like 6 of my crew, and I set a new world record and finally reached the island of Thrinacia, where bustling Longhorn sat. That blowhard Tiresias told me to not eat any, but my crew, stubborn and sunburned, fell on deaf ears, and Zeus quickly killed all but me, due to Poseidon's curse. Actually, it's kind of a blessing, not gonna lie. But then I watched to the island of Ogygia, where Calypso kept me for like, I don't know. Athena told me 7 years, but it could have been way longer. But anyways, Hermes let me go, and I watched to the island of Phaeacia, where the king and queen recognized my beautiful, fantasticos face and sent me back to Ithaca. Me, Eumaeus, Philoctetes, my son, Telemachus, and Athena formed a gang and killed like 108 suitors, and my was mine again. After like 10-something years, I finally made it home. Hey, is this the end of my script? Because if you were in charge of judging yourself, you call yourself an amazing hero. Stuff like that, not acknowledging anything else. Okay, anyway, Odie went and married Queen Callidice, and Athena. I gotta be so honest, can you please skip the telogamy? That is the worst book possibly in all of history. Okay, sure. Odysseus during the war was a wanted powerhouse that warranted great fame and renownment. He was an influential speaker that helped the army during the darkest moments. Odie was super selfless, putting himself in the middle of battle to save friends. Without Odie, the battle wouldn't have even lasted 1 year, as his tactics helped the battalion daily. He stole the Palladium with me, with sneaky skills, and we also killed a spy. He's also a really good fighter and killed a 12 to 14. Odie, is this script correct? I thought you killed like at least 50 men. What? No, that's the amount of the 50-something days in the Iliad, bro. Okay. Anyway, this script deems Odie as a survivor because he slew none of the monsters he faced, and all of them only chipped at his crew. Sure, he got back to his wife at the end, but he didn't gain anything but trauma and a bunch of dead war buddies. Everyone on his crew also died, and he was the only one who survived. The verb of survivor, if you catch my whip. If you want more details, you can read the Iliad, Odyssey, and Telogony. The musical, Epic the Musical, can also help, but only if any of you lazy muskrats have the capacity to read or listen to music anymore. Wait, Odie, come back. There's a note at the bottom.
Let me see it.
P.S. There are many versions of the story, which means that the version I'm saying is the most popular one.